Hello and welcome. I'm glad you're here. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss important updates. Today's video is especially timely. With the recent increase in the US H1-B visa fee to $100,000, many skilled professionals are asking about their options to work and live in Canada. In this video, I'll guide you through the main pathways, work permits, permanent residency, options for spouses and international students, so you understand how Canada can be an attractive alternative. First, let's quickly look at what we're covering today. We'll go over Canada's temporary foreign worker program, intra-company transferee work permits, express entry, provincial nominee programs, spousal open work permits for both foreign workers and international students, and the rules about working on and off campus as an international student. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of the main routes to build your career and life in Canada. Let's begin with work permits under the Temporary Foreign Worker Program. This program allows a Canadian employer with a valid Labour Market Impact Assessment, called an LMIA, to hire a foreign worker temporarily. Employers must apply to Employment and Social Development Canada, pay a $1,000 Canadian fee, and in most cases, advertise for the role before hiring a foreign national. Right now, LMIAs typically take 3 to 4 months to process, and work permit processing times range from 3 weeks if you are applying from the US to 22 weeks from Nigeria. For example, one of my clients, Arjun, an IT analyst from India, received a high-wage job offer from a Toronto tech firm. He entered Canada on a work permit after an LMIA approval and is now building valuable Canadian work experience that will count toward his permanent residency application. Another pathway is the intra-company transferee work permit. This is for managers, executives, or employees with specialized knowledge transferring from an international branch to a Canadian branch of the same company. You must have worked with your employer for at least 1 year before transferring. This route is ideal for professionals already embedded in multinational corporations. Take Sophia, for instance. She had been working for a global pharmaceutical company in Europe for 5 years. Her company opened a Canadian branch and transferred her as a manager. She arrived with her ICT work permit and is now well positioned to transition to permanent residence. Let's move to Express Entry. This is Canada's flagship permanent residence system. You submit an online profile, get scored under the comprehensive ranking system, and if your score is high enough, you receive an invitation to apply for permanent residence. Having Canadian work experience, language test results, and educational credential assessments are key factors to improve your score. Many people start with a work permit, gain Canadian work experience, and then transition to permanent residency under Express Entry. For example, David came on a work permit in Alberta, worked as an engineer for 2 years, and then received an invitation to apply under the Canadian Experience class. Now he and his family are permanent residents. Another powerful route is the Provincial Nominee Program. Over 80 different streams exist across Canada's provinces and territories. Each has its own criteria, but all require an intent to live in the province. This can dramatically improve your chances because a provincial nomination gives you extra points under Express Entry or lets you apply directly for permanent residence. Imagine Priya, a healthcare worker who applied to Saskatchewan's provincial nominee stream. She got her nomination, boosted her Express Entry score, and became a permanent resident within months. Now let's talk about spousal open work permits for international students. If your spouse or partner is studying in Canada in a qualifying program, such as a doctoral program, a long master's program, or specific professional programs like medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, engineering, or nursing, you may be eligible for an open work permit. This allows you to work for most employers while your partner studies. For instance, Carlos's wife came to British Columbia for a master's degree in nursing. Carlos applied for a spousal open work permit tied to her study permit. While she completes her degree, he's gaining valuable Canadian work experience of his own. Canada also has special pilot programs for spouses linked to certain study programs in Quebec, Ontario, Manitoba, and British Columbia, beginning from January 2025. These pilots make it easier for spouses of students in key healthcare and professional fields to get open work permits. If you are an international student yourself, you may be able to work without a work permit while you study, unlimited hours on campus and up to 24 hours per week off campus during regular terms. During scheduled breaks, you can work full-time. This is a great way to gain Canadian work experience, but you must respect the conditions of your study permit to avoid jeopardizing your status. For example, Lee, a computer science student in Toronto, worked part-time off-campus during the semester and full-time during the summer break, which helped her gain Canadian references and support her living expenses. Finally, for spouses of foreign workers already in Canada, open work permits may also be available depending on the worker's occupation and immigration status. This includes high-skilled workers, certain low-skilled workers on a PR pathway, and workers under free trade agreements. In all cases, the primary worker must hold valid work authorization, and the spouse must meet general admissibility requirements. For instance, Anita's husband came to Canada under the Agri-Food Pilot. Because his work permit was valid and tied to a PR pathway, Anita was able to secure an open work permit and begin working for a Canadian employer while they both prepared for their permanent residence application. So, what are the key takeaways? Canada offers multiple pathways to work and settle, whether you are coming directly as a skilled worker, transferring within your company, joining your spouse, or studying here. Building Canadian work experience is one of the strongest ways to improve your permanent residence chances. And with recent changes in the US, Canada is increasingly attractive for skilled talent worldwide. Remember, your Canadian dream is absolutely possible. With planning, accurate information, and the right guidance, you and your family can build a successful future here. If you found this video helpful, please like it, share it with friends who are exploring Canadian immigration, and subscribe to the channel for more updates and detailed explanations of new policies. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.